Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know?
Wow. Now, imagine that guy's reaction when he just finds out what the FAA just quietly ruled when it came to pilots and their EKG ratings. Yeah, it's not good to live in fear. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Zukradowski here of WeAreChange.org, and we have a plethora of absolutely crazy news to get into today, as of course there's a lot of people being fired all throughout the United States, especially in the tech industry. Gee, I wonder why. All of this as the situation internationally and globally gets more and more complicated, as it looks like robots are going to be taking over very soon, as that is going to be our major theme for this independent broadcast. And if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com and fund this independent media broadcast. The clip we played in the beginning of this broadcast looks like it was shared on TikTok by @4Gaia2Blow USA. I guess highlighting their in-flight experience of a person who probably has really bad gut flora. I mean, imagine going through this ritual just because you want to fly on the plane. Talk about mass formation psychosis and the craziness that a lot of people are being brought to through, of course, sanitation theater that we hope was being broadcasted here satirically, but from everything we're seeing, it looks like it's real life. And remember, folks, wash your hands as the global leaders inch you closer towards total nuclear war. This, as of course, we're getting the latest videos and photos coming out of Germany of a train with American tanks allegedly heading to Poland, which according to some sources will be heading to Ukraine, which the Russians have warned some consequences of. Now, it's important to note here, throughout this entire proxy conflict in Ukraine, the Russians have been issuing a lot of warnings that many times that they have not backed up here. What will be the situation here? How will it unfold with another escalation of this proxy war? Well, only time will tell, and God willing, there will be less escalations, death, and suffering, but with the way that things are going, that's probably not going to happen. In related death and misery news, we of course have the obliteration of the new Scooby-Doo reboot, done of course by the very great and wonderfully talented Mindy Kaling, who is now known for creating the third worst TV-rated show in IMDb history. This as the show creators here finally faced some actual reality and were called out for their divisive, hatred, nonsensical bullcrap that they somehow called a show. This as financially, there's definitely a reshifting of the guard happening right now, as we just got the breaking news that Jeff Bezos might actually soon be selling the Washington Post in order to buy off the Washington Commanders professional football team in the NFL. Rumor has it that he is going to be changing the name to the Washington Comrades, but that has not been officially verified yet. But the Washington Post has definitely seen better days after allegedly losing 500,000 subscribers, after being called out by many prominent individuals as just essentially the paper of the deep state, using their responsibility, using their platform as the perfect PSYOP launching pad that of course is meant to deliberately spread disinformation for the pure benefit of those who have the most power in our society. Definitely not a profitable business here. This as even Google is laying off an estimated 10,000 of their employees. This as many of them are being felt like they are just disposable, with some arguing that many people are being fired just randomly, not even based on tenure or merit. As some of the employees there that have been there the longest, some of the employees that were even just recently promoted, have also just seen the axe, as there's an estimated over 10,000 individuals losing their jobs at this online behemoth. This as we keep getting a lot of social media videos of a lot of the employees eating a lot of food on camera. This as also the mega platform has been accused of censoring political content, the latest of which banning the video of rebel media asking some pointed questions to Albert Bourarella, which according to the Rebel News and Avi Yemeni was censored on the Google platform. And because of all the far-reaching censorship, this is one reason out of many reasons we started our own platform called LukeUncensored.com, where we do additional videos. There's going to be a brand new one right after this one, talking about all the things that we cannot talk on this particular platform. This video is going to be very big. It's going to be very important, especially when it comes to the biggest admission by Scott Adams, the latest things that the U.S. government is doing, as well as the big comments made by Elon Musk that are absolutely surprising and worth talking about. We will be discussing that, plus a lot more, all later on today on LukeUncensored.com, as well as continuing to answer your questions one-on-one through our AMA. We also have a forum where you get to meet the many members of this platform, and we have a lot of them sprinkled all throughout the entire world. Some may be in your local area. We actually created a situation where you might be able to find a like-minded critical thinker in your area if you want to enroll in this, which of course is voluntarily, depending on what you want to do. We also have exclusive merchandise, 3 masterclasses, live meetups, exclusive offers, and a lot of really awesome, incredible things that are only available for members of LukeUncensored.com. And if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? It's only 50 cents a day, which keeps and grows this independent media organization. This says we're going to have a special product launching very soon, which members will get exclusive access to. The product is only going to be available to at least about 200 people. That plus a lot more insider baseball, personal stories, what's really going on, your questions, all of that. All later on today on LukeUncensored.com. See you there right after this video. Now on to another topic that we have to be very careful about talking about here, and that of course is related to Miss Maxwell, a known horrible criminal who went down for the crime of providing services to absolutely nobody, services too despicable to mention here. This as we're finding out that she actually just did an interview, and we'll be talking about a lot of very important details with a company called Talk TV, where she makes some very interesting arguments. We've seen a trailer drop for this particular interview. When the full interview drops, we of course will be watching it in its entirety and absolutely reporting on it, as of course there's a lot of very big implications here that I think are worth pontificating about. All of this as we're not only hearing from Miss Maxwell, we're also hearing from Mr. Epstein. And no, not in the way that you think, as of course there's a new iPhone app that is now letting people talk to individuals like prominent World War II political leaders and individuals like Mr. Epstein through a new artificial intelligence chat app. Yes, you heard that correctly. If you pay a price, you will now be able to talk to historical figures that artificial intelligence has created their own unique versions of after collecting data on them, and then you will somehow be able to interact with them. And to be honest with you, I might just do this to ask Mr. Epstein who the clients were for his very awful, horrible services that he was providing to a lot of the richest people on the face of this earth, but I highly doubt we will get answers here, as of course a lot of people have been detailing a lot of, quote, puzzling and worrying responses from the previous German leaders. This as we're also finding out today that other artificial intelligence services like ChatGPT can also, quote, pass medical licensing exams. This after the artificial intelligence chatbot received a B grade on a Wharton MBA paper. Yes, you heard that correctly. Artificial intelligence that is available to the general public, that collects data, especially from the more amount of people that use it, is passing notoriously very difficult tests in the United States. This as, of course, we're only entering the early versions of this artificial intelligence, which, of course, will be made that much better and that more proficient as time goes on. All of this, as many people now worry the rise of deep fake artificial intelligence influencers that, of course, will be created by robots and have the potential of dominating conversations and our political, social, and economic discourse in the future, just with a few keystrokes, with already some individuals already theorizing that these artificial intelligence influencers already exist in our society, which would be very difficult, if not impossible, to detect the authenticity of, according to an ex-White House official who's warning about some of the bigger dangerous implications here. All of this as technology is advancing in very curious ways, including a new NVIDIA broadcast tool that allows content creators to artificially always have their eyeballs in the center of the camera looking directly at you, even when in real life they are not. Now, this is one iteration of technology that already influencers are using in order to, of course, engage the general public even more than they previously did before. This, as microchips are getting a lot smaller, a lot more powerful than their previous RFID versions. That, along with lab-grown, synthetic, artificially GMO-produced food, to me is creating a situation that Klaus Schwab has deemed the fourth industrial revolution, where, of course, the very powerful who control this technology will be getting more and more power for themselves, while you get left out to dry, most likely on antidepressants that now, according to some studies, could blunten your emotional status and make you an utter zombie, which many people have previously reported happening to them. All of this as there is also a fertility and population crash, especially in the Western world, where even Japan has admitted that they are on the brink of social dysfunction as birth rates there fall dramatically. And with human beings declining and robots becoming more intertwined and more involved in our life, what will be the future here? How will it look? Well, I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below, but I think it's definitely not as cheery as some people might make it out to be. That's just my perspective. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys watching and sharing these videos, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. One more video coming your way right now on LukeUncensored.com. See you there.